Once upon a time, there was a man and his wife who had 2 daughters. The parents loved each other, and they also loved their children very much. Their home was filled with happiness and joy. But one day, something terrible happened. The woman fell ill and died, leaving the man and his 2 daughters heartbroken and full of sorrow. They cried for days and nights, missing her deeply. After some time, the man began to feel that life without his wife was becoming difficult. "I can't cook food for my children and fetch water from the river," he thought. "I need a wife, and my children need a mother." So he decided to search for a new wife, someone who could take care of him and his children. Soon he found a beautiful young woman. She was lovely, and the man fell in love with her immediately. He approached her and said, "Please marry me. Be my wife and a mother to my children." The woman smiled but frowned slightly and replied, "I want to marry you, but I don't want to look after your children." "Send them away and I will marry you." The man looked at her, torn between his love for this beautiful woman and his love for his daughters. "I can't live without her," he thought. "I will hide my children. They will be safe, and perhaps in time she will come to love them." So he agreed to her request. "Very well," he said. "I will send my daughters away." He went home and spoke to his children. "Tomorrow I am getting married again," he said. "But my new wife doesn't like children. Hide in the grain store and do not worry. She will take care of you and feed you." The children were confused but trusted their father. They went to hide in the grain store, as their father had told them to. The man's new wife soon came to live with them. She was beautiful, but she knew nothing about the children in the grain store. The man then spoke to his new wife. "My father is dead, but his spirit lives in the grain store. My grandfather's spirit and the spirits of our ancestors also live there. They are always hungry, and it is your duty to feed them. Give them breakfast in the morning, lunch at midday, and supper in the evening." The woman agreed reluctantly, and every day she brought food to the grain store for the spirits of the ancestors. But instead of spirits, the 2 girls ate the food. Day after day, she continued to feed them, thinking they were feeding spirits. One day, the woman went to a hairdresser to get her hair done. As she sat in the chair, she spoke to the hairdresser. "Please hurry," she said. "It is already after midday, and I must go to the grain store to feed my husband's ancestors." The hairdresser laughed and replied, "Your husband's ancestors don't live in the grain store. His daughters live there. You have been feeding them all this time." The woman was shocked and furious. "My husband tricked me," she shouted angrily. "Those lazy, stupid girls. I don't want to look after them anymore. I hate them!" In a fit of anger, the woman ran to the fire and grabbed a pot of hot water. She threw it into the grain store, screaming, "I won't feed you anymore. Go away!" The 2 girls were terrified, but managed to jump back in time. The hot water fell on a pile of chickpeas, softening them. The little sister began to cry. "Our stepmother won't feed us," she sobbed. "I'm so hungry." "Don't worry," said the older sister. "Look, the water fell on the chickpeas. They're soft now. We can eat them." So the 2 girls ate the chickpeas for their lunch that day. Later that evening, their father returned home. But his angry wife was waiting for him. "You tricked me!" she shouted. "I know the truth now. Your ancestors don't live in the grain store. I've been feeding your daughters. I won't do it anymore. Do you want me to stay with you? Then take those stupid girls away." The man was deeply sad. "Please," he begged, "they are my children. I can't send them away." "You must choose," the wife said coldly. "You can have me or your daughters. You can't have both." The man stared at his wife, torn. She was beautiful, and he loved her, but his children were his flesh and blood. "All right," he said sadly. I will take them away tomorrow. The next morning, the man woke up early and went to his daughters. Come with me, he said, and the three of them left the house. They walked through the forest for the whole day, and as evening fell, the girls were tired. We will rest here, said the man. We will sleep under this tree. The girls lay down to sleep, and their father lay between them. Soon the girls were asleep, and the man stood up quietly. I will leave them here and tell them that I am still with them, he thought. He found a thick branch and placed it between the two girls, thinking they would feel it during the night and believe that he was still with them. Then he left and went back to his wife. In the night, the girls woke up to a strange noise. What's that noise? Asked the little sister, frightened. It's a lion, said the big sister. He's going to eat us. I'm scared, said the little sister. We're wearing leather clothes, said the older sister. We can give him pieces of our clothes. So the two girls began tearing off pieces of leather from their clothes and throwing them to the lion. Eventually, the lion went away. The next morning, the girls woke up and found they were lost. Father's gone, said the little one, looking around. What are we going to do now? The older sister asked, worried. She climbed a tree to get a better view. I can see a house, she called. It's a nice big house, and there are cows and sheep outside it. Let's go there. Perhaps the people there will give us food. The two girls went to the edge of the forest and saw the house. A man came out, and the girls froze. He was tall, ugly, and had a cruel look on his face. The girls were terrified. He's a wizard, said the older sister. We must be very careful. The girls hid and watched. The wizard went out with his cows and sheep. Wait here, said the older sister. I will go into the house and find food. The older sister ran to the wizard's house, took some food, and brought it back to her sister. She repeated this every day, but on the fourth day, the little sister complained. You always go to the wizard's house. It's not fair. I want to go today. But you can't run fast, said the big sister. The wizard will catch you. I can run quickly, said the little sister. I'm not going to wait here alone. I'm going to the wizard's house with you. The older sister hesitated, but finally agreed. The two girls ran to the house, but the little sister was too slow. She stayed in the house too long, and the wizard caught her. He put her in a sack and tied a rope around it, then lifted it to the roof of the house. I've got you, said the wizard, laughing. And I'm going to keep you. The big sister, hiding outside, waited for a long time. Finally, the wizard left with his animals. The older sister quickly ran inside and called, Little sister, where are you? I'm here, shouted the little sister. The older sister cut the rope, pulled the sack down, and helped her sister out. They quickly filled the sack with rocks and pulled it up to the roof again. That evening, when the wizard came back, he grabbed the sack and said, Little girl, I've got you now. He hit the sack with his stick. But when he did, the sack opened, and the rocks fell out, crushing the wizard. He died on the spot. The two girls stayed in the wizard's house, looking after his cows and sheep. They lived happily ever after, free from the evil wizard's grasp.